I've got the Radiolink D460 Turbot back out here again today, and I've got some landing skids on it this time to keep it up off the hard pack. So my all-up weight right now is about 191 grams, rounding up. I think before I put the landing skids on it, it was 184 grams. So about 7 grams of additional weight. This thing's got so much power and so much lift, I don't think it's gonna have a problem with it. Alright, so I've got it in fully stabilized mode for launch. Let's get out here, find our wind. Looks like our wind is coming from that direction. Alright, are we ready? Are we ready to launch? Alright, make sure we're gyroed up here. Alright, there we go. Ooh, gosh, that takes off so nice and sweet. Oh, and I modified the linkage to make it a little softer for me on the controls, and that looks like, I don't know, we'll find out when I put it into wind mitigation mode, gyro mode. But even in fully stabilized mode, man, you can make a tight radius turn with it. Isn't that plane quiet? It is so quiet. Try not to hit the truck. That would be bad. Excellent, excellent slow flight capability. Okay, let's gain a little altitude. We'll switch it into wind mitigation mode. Alright, we are now in wind mitigation mode. It's still twitchy for me. It's still twitchy for me, guys. I just can't handle these small form factor. Transmitters. Me and these small form factor transmitters, we just don't get along very well. Very, very, very maneuverable, I must say. I think it looks pretty cool. I am going to have some fun with this on the TX16S. But even with this small form factor transmitter that I just can't get good with, it is highly maneuverable. And you can see from, you know, some of the slow turns and stuff I've made with it, it's a very, very stable. It's very aerobatic. It's got tons of power. Okay, so let's go vertical with it. That certainly looks like I thought, well, while I'm up there, I might as well. I might as well do a loop. It looks to me like it has unlimited vertical. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. I didn't even bring my timer. I didn't put the battery even in my timer this morning. I completely forgot about it. I blame it on getting up too early and not having enough coffee before I came out here. So that's what I blame it on. But yeah, man, that has a vertical. Tons of power and very efficient, man. Radiolink is so good at not only, you know, designing and building their planes, but they're so good with the power systems. And of course, you know how I love their gyros, man. Their gyros are, those are my go-to gyros, man. I bet you I've got at least a dozen, at least a dozen of the Byme-A, and I've got probably 5 or 6 of the Byme-Ds. Every time I get a plane that I don't have a gyro for, that's my go-to gyro. And they're inexpensive, plug and play. I just love them. Excellent wind mitigation, rock solid and fully stabilized mode, and a full manual mode. So everything that I love. And the version 2 of the Byme-A also has an acrobat mode, which is just awesome. Okay. I don't know how long I've had it in the air, but I'm betting I probably had it in the air at least 6 minutes. It's a great flying little plane. I'm just having problems with this little transmitter, so I'm going to put it back into fully stabilized mode. This will be the first landing on my homemade skids, so let's see how that works. Hopefully I won't have to dig dirt and sand. Hey, hopefully I won't have to dig dirt and sand. I'm going to put my throttle safety switch on. Dirt and sand out of the motor anymore. If I keep that nose up just a little bit, you know. So let's go see. Let's go see if I've got to get any dirt and sand out of the motor. Oh, just one little grain of sand in there. I heard it fall out. So that's going to work out well. Not only is it going to protect the foam out here and the control horns on the elevons, but it's going to keep that nose up enough to where I'm not having to constantly clear that motor every time I land. Okay, so it's a fantastic flying plane, man. It has a huge flight envelope. I mean, you can fly this really, really slowly. And even in fully stabilized mode, it has a very good turn radius. So the fact that you can fly it slowly and that you can make a tight turn radius means, of course, that you can fly this in a very, very small area. And it is very maneuverable. It's just a little too responsive for me with the smaller transmitter. So on the next flight, I am going to be pairing it up with the TX16S. So I can get, you know, more movement on the sticks, because I'm just not easy on the controls. No matter how much I practice, I just cannot be easy on the controls. So anyway, there will be links to it in the show notes. It's a fantastic flying plane. As you can see, it tons of power, but you can fly it extremely slowly. And what I like about power is not for speed. I don't mind it if a plane is not a speed demon, but I like planes to have very good slow flight capability, which this one obviously does, and I like them to have enough power that you can do maneuvers gracefully, that you're not having to use speed to perform maneuvers. And this one definitely has that. And even with me on the control on this little form factor transmitter, you can see how well it maintains its line, and doing loops and stuff, doing rolls, doing split S maneuvers. It's a really capable, a very capable little plane, and it is not just sub 250 gram, it is sub 200 gram. Even with my landing skids on here, my 7 grams of landing skids, I'm only at 191 grams all up weight, and this plane is supposed to be 3S capable. So we're definitely going to be testing it with a little smaller prop and a 3S LiPo in it, and ripping it vertically out here. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the next flight with the TX16S. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.